Stream from beyond. Yes. Welcome. Glad you're feeling better.
Yep, it's been a week. They took the sutures out this morning, so that's a good thing.
Good.
I have to wait another 3 weeks before they start doing the rest of the reconstruction.
It's been a week. There's no denying that. Yes, it most certainly has. Episode 6. See, I got Tesla again, but in black instead of just green. Well, long ago, Christine bought him. She's like, I couldn't decide. The black looked good, but the green also looked good, so I just got them both. I'm like, yeah, okay. Another t-shirt for my collection. Jingo is not feeling well. Hopefully Chris can join us. Hopefully. Clay will join us in a minute. Today is National Macaroni and Cheese Day. So many possibilities with that dish. You can do so many things. We had that free mac and cheese from the food pantry because, well, that's how things are going right now. So, Clay's idea of adding, I guess that's it. Taco seasoning really made all the difference in the world. It was an excellent choice. He is here. And I threw in a can of mushrooms and it made all the difference also. But yeah, Mac and Cheese Day. It's also Shark Awareness Day and Cow Appreciation. Let that battle commence. Cows versus sharks. Who will win? Probably the sharks.
Well, you know, I learned in high school speech class that more people are afraid of being attacked by sharks than speaking in public. So, we've beat the odds, gentlemen.
Never been afraid to speak in public. I know you find that hard to believe. Yeah.
Oh, God, I was terrified in speech class. You know, this was my sophomore year, but my freshman year I moved from Louisiana, so I was one of them country boys with the sweet accent.
Southern drawl.
God, I so wish I had kept that because the girls loved it.
Because the girls. Well, that gives me a weird, eerie look, doesn't it, Mike? Under the car light. It works, though. Hey, what the hell? I don't have one of them fancy ring lights that Clay can afford. Yeah. We are steampunking like crazy. I got like 30 guns up there already. We're going to keep going. You know you want to go as a steampunk character this Halloween to that office party. You can go as Steampunk Captain Spaulding, the African explorer. Someone call me Schnorrer. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Oh, World Chimpanzee Day, because let's figure it. If sharks and cows as a whole fight to the death, chimpanzees are going to win. National, was it Grand Millier? Grand
Mollier.
Mollier, because I don't speak French.
He spoke French.
He spoke French. Tish, you spoke French. That's the only French I care. When Morticia speaks French. I dated a girl named Trish one time, and she said something in French, and I grabbed her arm. Trish, you spoke French! And I started kissing her. She was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. Didn't last. Turns out she was using me to get her husband angry, and it worked. Yeah. She was really hot. There was no way. When you're with that woman, you're like, you're way out of my league. I'm just going to enjoy this before the train wreck. I just feel ugly standing next to you. That's how attractive I find you. You know. Also, International Non-Binary People Day. Also, Emmeline Pankhurst. She was a suffragette for women's equality way back in the day, in the late 1800s, by the look of this picture and her outfit. But she was also really into art, and her main focus, each one of the suffragettes had, voting, or hers was allowing women to get into art school, which, well, yeah, I mean, some of the greatest women I know are artists. Wait, some of the greatest artists I know are women. That's what I meant to say, sorry. Anyway, you know what I meant. National Tape Measure Day. Oh my God! How many times have you guys used one in a year?
Every time I go in the shop.
There you go. So tape measures, we owe them so much. Okay, that's enough of that. And then on this day, a bunch of stuff happened. Hank Aaron hit his 500th career home run. Easy Rider came out. First woman to get an Iranian medal, a bunch of stuff. The problem with opening this one is they give you like 400 things, so you're here for like an hour going, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then in 1922. So we try to just kind of.
The most interesting thing to do would be to find a day where nothing happened.
Good luck with that one. First atomic bomb in New Mexico. Lots of stuff happened on this day all over. All right, Chris is going to try to join us. We'll see how his availability is. Hopefully everything's going okay in his neck of the woods. Everybody's having a tough time. There's lots of struggle, but we're all going to pull through it. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. I'm a driver. I'm a winner. Things are going to change. I can feel it.
I like Junkyard Diggs commentary.
Huh.
I don't know if it's fixed, but it's different.
That's good. I'm going to use that one from now on. Definitely different. So yes, we've been steampunking a lot. Like a lot. Like I have dreams I'm sanding guns now. So that's fun.
So how did the event go on Saturday?
We ended up not having the cash to get to the table or having enough product, so we're going to shoot for next month. Sorry, guys.
Nothing wrong with that.
But if you got out there, let us know how it was.
Set your mark.
The best laid plans of mice and men often go wrong.
That's why Little John always told me that his mantra, and he probably heard it from one of his buds instructors during his time in the SEALs. He said, you always have plan A through triple Z, because if any of the plans was worth a shit, you wouldn't be there anyways.
What are we going to do now? Well, I'll tell you, we're not going to do this, but now we're going to try. Yeah. Luckily, I have shit tons of vacuum tubes. I just don't remember all the stuff the old man taught me about him to get him to light up. But Tim Holt does, and Tim's like, oh man, I don't have any money. When I showed him, I have that the big red oh, it's on the other side. The big red case is overflowing with vacuum tubes, and then Clay found a military grade one. Who knows what my old man was up to? Doesn't surprise me, really. Oh, shit, he knew.
He was probably working on my old man's C-130 Blackbirds when they were in country together at some point in time. The old man flew the C-130s that had all the interesting antennas and goodies on them. You know, they had a little guy in horn-rimmed glasses that they locked in a cage before anybody got on the aircraft.
Don't let him out. He knows how to fly this thing. The other guys are just pretending.
He's the guy that gets in there, and he's the one that took care of all the electronic intel, and was the one that could jam everybody's radar and could screw up your coordinates. And no, we never crossed that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Geopolitical line. We were here the whole time. See, there's the radar track.
Oops. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, the guy that wasn't allowed to wear any kind of unit insignias. He wasn't allowed to wear any kind of rank insignias. And all of his medals are sitting in Langley somewhere.
There you go.
He can go there and look at them. He's not allowed to take them out.
There they are. Yeah, I see them. Yep, me too. Okay, let's go.
Them's mine. Okay, we get to go now.
See, it says on this plaque, I earned all these. Oh. So we're probably not going to have a month. We're having every Thursday night for Savage Worlds 50 Fathoms, which, Rob, I wish you would join it, but it's kind of chaotic, and most of the players are a lot younger, which adds to the chaos. But it's already, you know Nathan and Luna, and I don't know if you've met. You know Dan, because Dan played in the Star Frontiers campaign with us.
Okay.
And like 3 new guys. So he's making our audience huge. Oh, Lava Bean, thank you, welcome. Speak of the devil. Oh, and Rob's lurking, watching. He's not feeling very well tonight. I hope he feels better. But he and Clay have been talking about Clay, because I'm fully in support of Ed DMing, and Ed's been working on a campaign for years. I wish Ed would. Ed almost joined us for Thursday night, but he's having massive problems with Fantasy Grounds to the point where Jingo couldn't even help him. He told him, I don't know what to tell you. And, I mean, he even uninstalled, reinstalled, and it's still... So, but, I don't know. Ed kind of stopped talking about being a DM, but I was in full, yeah, go! Because... It's on fire. But, hopefully. And then Clay's been talking about DMing, and he was thinking about Starfinder. And Starfinder's like Star Frontiers. There's a lot of issues with the world. It's not completely perfect. But it's still fun. But, I mean, they were... go ahead. Clay, you guys were talking.
Oh yeah, well, he and I were talking about the flexibility of Savage Worlds, and I've been looking over that, and with the flexibility of it, I don't know if you've been on the Go Team Us page, but I know I've got 30 plus years of reading and being in the 40K hobby, so that's the universe that I want to take Savage Worlds into. So I don't know how to GM, but I've got all of you guys to help me do that. And Jingo said he would actually, we discussed it this afternoon, and he was like, I would like to play, but we've got him his only weekend of the month that we can have him. So it's really either he GMs or he plays, and I GM. So we're going to work things out to where he's going to bring things to kind of a close, and then I'm going to start, and then a few months from now, we'll reevaluate, and if he wants to pick it back up, and I'm totally cool with that.
My last Shadowrun campaign was a complete and total disaster. Ed was in it, Ron and his youngest, my 2 kids. Rob, I think, were you in that too?
No.
But I gotta get back into it so that we're all taking turns DMing. It's not fair to make anybody DM one time. Hey. How you doing?
I am all right. How are
Good.
you guys?
Hey, Chris.
We're surviving.
Hey, what's up?
We're surviving the heat in Phoenix. Luckily, it was only 104 today. Go monsoon.
All right.
But we were talking about, I don't know how much you just heard or didn't hear.
I just logged on.
We're
Yeah.
probably not going to have a game for the summer month in July because it's already July 14th. We've got a bunch of stuff going on. My AC is not working correctly. So we can have it here. Oh, you guys are going to love that. We're going to cool it down to 81. Then I'm going to turn it off for a while. Then when it gets up to 86, I turn it on again to
Well, it would work out if you guys could show up at like
2 in the
7 or
morning.
8,
Oh,
and we
7.
could game till like 3 a.m.
Show up at 1 a.m. By the time 9 comes and you have to go to work, So, I was saying my last Shadowrun campaign was a total disaster because, I don't know, I'm burned out on DMing. I got to get back into it. But it's also not fair to make Jingo DM all the time. So, Ed has been talking about DMing for a long time, and I have been encouraging him, and Paul was, no. But now Jingo, we talked about it last episode. In the episode, what now? Oh, God, you know what? We're like 17 minutes in, and we didn't even do the intro. Hello, and welcome to the Supreme Council of the Master Geeks Lodge. My name is Bill Kelly, Hornswoggle the Great. Today, I can be King of Fools. We're both King of Fools. It's big kingdoms. Peasant Hero, King of the Bridge Trolls. And with me on the council tonight, I have... Totally forgot about it.
I'll take it. I am Phoenix Made of Clay on Twitch and on YouTube. I've got how-to videos on, sewing and, just all kinds of silliness going on there. I'm streaming Cyberpunk off of my Xbox. You never can tell what I'm going to say. Really, you never can tell.
Go, Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris, Twisted Mind, on Discord. Just trying to survive the heat, working and writing. I was working on my book today.
And?
So, 46,519 words.
Well done,
Awesome.
sir. Well done, sir.
Yep. I might hit my 50,000 by the end of the month if I keep this up.
At this rate, yeah.
Hey, as long as it's not a repeat of all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, you're looking good, buddy.
I mean, you've got to write every day, but if you force yourself to write 4 hours, you're going to be very mad when you reread that, as opposed if you feel like writing for 4 hours.
I've been an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I'll hit 500 to 1,000 words, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
That's the first thing.
And
you have to enjoy it. Because as much as I keep trying to write and nobody likes it, I was still having a great time creating. It was the artistic process.
Yep. And, and now with the dissolution of Core 6 and not having that burden on my shoulders, creativity has blossomed like tenfold.
Having a company that starts off and goes to infinity is really rare. I mean, look at bands. Peter Gabriel used to be in Genesis. Fleetwood Mac used to have a completely different lineup and sound. Things change.
Yep. So.
Oh, but sorry, you kind of. Sorry. Go
No
for it.
worries. I'm Rob the Blacksmith, and as of last Tuesday, at least for the next month, I'm the Toothless Wonder.
The Dukeless Wonder?
Toothless.
Toothless Wonder. Well, hopefully everything will be...
Are you secretly a dragon, Rob?
No, I wish I was.
Wouldn't surprise
Then I
us.
could do all kinds of interesting things.
Yeah.
I don't breathe fire, but I do puff smoke every so often.
He is kind of magic, too, so there you go. You don't read minds, though. There you go. You don't want to. Telepathy would be a
People
bitch
don't
for
wanna
us.
read my mind.
Huh?
People don't want to read my mind.
No.
So the psychologists and psychiatrists all sit down and say, "I want to get inside your head." And, no, you don't. Trust me.
No, you
You
don't.
don't want to go there. I don't want to be there. You don't want to be there.
I'm afraid of me. You should be afraid of me, too.
I don't have ducks anywhere near in a row. I have squirrels at a rave.
Right?
Right. So we were talking about it, and normally with the council we have a once a month tabletop TTRPG. Tabletop RPG, because all of us have been playing collectively for a long ass time. So I'm always itching to play a space future game, or even a dystopian future game. But we were talking about it, and there's so many, and well, I mean, like I said, the month is almost over. No one's really been coordinating, but then again, no one's in the mood to coordinate on in Arizona in the summer because it's too damn hot for nonsense.
Yeah.
So we may have to wait a month or two,
Yep.
and we'll probably have to have it here. So we'll figure that out. The water store near my house sells ice pucks, and you put them in your evap, and makes a world of difference. So we'll have to get some of that, cool everything down. It's never been this humid in my house before, so that's fun. Yeah, it's gross.
Well, I have things going on in October, so
Ooh, what's going on in October?
I'm doing security for Horror Fest Friday and Saturday night.
Ooh.
And then for Pork Chop Express, the Night of the Chihuahuas guys, we're screening their movie.
That's right. You were talking about that last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
We sold 32 tickets at Fan Fusion, and that was enough to put a down payment for the theater.
Cool. Right on.
So
That's
that is the plan for that.
Hey, things start out small. HorrorCon is big, fun. Who knows? We could have a table there next year. Because
I did the first 3.
did you really? How much are their tables?
They're like $300.
That's not bad.
No, but I made about what I spent on the table. So, and now that Scott's gone, all of my art, I don't have anything new coming in, so I'm done.
Now, with something like that, it's horror, and Cliff, Reverend Fish Crackers, he's got the GoFundMe. I put it up on our Facebook and all my other Facebook pages. I got 5 of them. I gotta stop. I got a problem, man. Yeti is at the end, and he's a 185. Is that about right? He's almost 200 pounds. The dog is ginormous, and he's having a real tough time all the way around. So, they're trying to do a GoFundMe for, one of the veterinarian mobile Angels of Death to come and administer the magic needle time. So he's in his home, which is the greatest thing ever, because it's so stressful going to the vet is bad enough, and then they're gonna, you're upset, and the cat doesn't know why, and then it gets sleepy and it falls asleep, but you're crying the whole time. So it's better to have everything relaxed and in its own environment. Cat, dog. So but I suggested it for, I don't really, prove my ignorance. I don't understand Patreon because I've never really researched it. I have to look into it. But we talked about, he was making the body molds. It's just a torso. Like normally it would have like a swimsuit or an outfit on it in a clothing store. But if you flip it upside down so that it's the inside, it's like a, like a mold, like a cake mold or anything. Cover it very well with Vaseline and then do spray foam and let it dry and pop it out. And then, flat black it and then dry brush it with green, red, blue, whatever. Now it's, so we can put your name on the back of it. Because it's basically a Halloween decoration. Then after you've got all the paint all over it, you can coat it with matte clear coat. And it'll last for, 5-10 years if you take good care of it. Then it'll start to deteriorate. But yeah, because, it's trying to think of ways that you can mass produce stuff and everybody gets something and it's still personalized. So Clay's not hunched over a sewing machine for hours. So I want to start mass producing little dice bags because they're awesome. And then I'm like, yeah, we've got all that fur. We should do fur lining. And he's like, it's really thick. It's, so, sorry, segue, ADD. So as we talked about it, Clay would have to learn the world of Starfinder or the Star Wars, or Traveler or any of that. But he already knows Warhammer 40K.
I've never played that.
Well, what I want to do, and I've discussed it with Jingo, and I really think we can pull it off, but I want to use the Savage Worlds, and I'm just going to play it in the 40K universe.
That would be kind of cool. I was kind of hoping that he would be here tonight because I had some questions to ask him about Savage Worlds, so maybe next time.
He's kind of floating in the chat, and if you log on to Twitch and log on and watch my channel, thank you for liking and subscribing.
I'm on my phone, my friend.
You're already on the phone, yeah. But
my phone.
You can ask him now.
Yeah, what was your question about Savage Lands?
I just wanted to know what the font size is for the books. If it's really, really tiny, like the TSR, the Wizards of the Coast books for Dungeons and Dragons, or if it's semi legible that my blind ass can read it.
Okay. Well, the link that I have currently, it's to a flip book online, so you do have to be accessed to have it online, and you can just you can pinch it, you can zoom it in, so you can pull it in as close as you need to.
Okay. I posted that link to the cloud or whatever the hell it is in Telegram in the council chat, which you are a part of, believe it or not, whether you want to be or not, Chris. You're
Google Gobble, one of us.
Google Gobble, one of us.
Oh, and if anybody wants the old school D&D books, I got the basic and the expert books.
Really? The white books?
No, the red and the blue.
Oh, I've got those boxes.
Yeah.
Clay's right. I have to sell all of my duplicate Shadowrun 2nd edition source books. I've got duplicates of so many of them. I just need to sit down. Same thing with all these vacuum tubes. I need to sit down and just go through all of them. And where's the one I had up here? Where's my visual aid? Oh, there it is. Welcome to the past. Wow. They're from the 60s. After Vietnam, my dad was a TV repairman. He actually fixed Chubby Checker's television.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mm. No one knows who the hell Ernest Evans is today, but Chubby Checker. Come on, baby, let's do the twist. Anyway. Oh, I sung a song. We do not own the rights to that song. I got in trouble for listening to Bert Canfor's Africana beat on Thursday. Oh, dude, relax. It's not. I don't own anything. I'm so broke and undersubscribed that nobody's gonna sue me. How are you gonna get blood from a stone? Anyway.
Very easily.
Nah. So yeah, Carson that I worked with at Hilton when I worked with him and Dwayne. He told me all about 40K, and then Clay was telling me about 40K. The only other Warhammer, we got the book of the four god, like one of the first books that came out that had Khorne and the other three, and it was like 89, 90. That's 91. That's how long ago it was. I remember looking through it, but it wasn't mine to read, so I got the pictures, and that was about it. Wow. Okay, here we go. But I mean, there's just constant war in the world. It's just
Because didn't they have a fantasy setting at one point in time when they first started?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, and it's still going too. Warhammer
Oh, is it?
Warhammer Fantasy is just as popular as 40K,
Wow.
and it's expanding as well. You know, it was always something that I wanted to do but never got into because it was like, ooh, orcs, ooh, chaos. You know?
orcs and chaos. That sounds like fun.
I would lie awake at night and I would build armies in my head instead of counting sheep.
That'll do it.
What the
Right.
twisted?
So, would we play humans, or could we be dwarves? And I mean, what are how?
Well, I was thinking that with the races that are in there,
Mm.
I was thinking that you guys could just choose whatever you want and would appear human, but on close inspection, you would appear alien, Xenos, and you're scum. You don't deserve to live.
Oh, okay. So it's like normal life then. Gotcha. Mm.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, great.
So anybody that doesn't, well, you know, the thing is one of the things that I really liked about building all the armies that I did, you know, I had Dark Eldar, space elves, and chaos demons, and Imperial Guard, which are humans with flashlight guns, and Space Marines. What else? Orcs. And the way it worked out, I also had an Inquisitorial force because that was the wild card. Because an Inquisitor can go, I'll take some Space Marines and I'll put them here. And we'll fight them against, we'll put two squads of Space Marines against a battalion of Imperial Guard. And, you know, they'll really actually not do that bad because they're not really outnumbered. But I figured that you guys would play appearing to be human, and you know there would be perception and subterfuge and camouflage if there was. I haven't really looked into that, but you know, I am so inexperienced with with being a game master that you guys, everything. I like Jingo's style everything's pretty much up for discussion. There are hard and fast rules that we can't go past, but if it's going to be my discretion, I just want you guys to have fun.
That's the main
Bill
thing.
wants to build ships.
Yes.
Yeah, he's Scotty. He's going to be our engineer. Too bad, so sad. You're an engineer.
Yeah. Oh no. Hey, being a fighter is fun. Being magic users it's really fun. But if you're gonna play a space game, I don't really care about firing lasers unless they're out of cannons that are attached to the ship. Boom, baby, boom. You got legs, baby. You're everywhere.
Oh yeah, and if you're a magician, you're a psyker. And there's only a few things that the Imperium will allow to happen to you if you are psyker. They're either going to use you or they're going to use you. One way or the other.
Gotcha. Trying to remember everything you and Carson have told me about the world. I'm sure it'll all... Because it's just horrific.
It is. It's warped and twisted, and it's grimdark. I think it's a great universe to have an RPG adventure in.
And I've actually been listening to like Warhammer 40K like stories on YouTube to like put me to sleep and stuff, because some of the other ones that I've been listening to are like they're AI generated, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
The stories are just so bad.
Oh.
And they use the same people in all of them. It's, yeah.
My internet.
Out of all the novels that I read, my favorite series was Gaunt's Ghosts. Commissar Gaunt was a colonel commissar. Commissars are the people they're lead from the front, and if you turn around to start retreating, blam, you're dead. Are you going to retreat? Who's next? That's their job when they're dealing with these Imperial Guardsmen. But this guy was a colonel commissar, so he was in charge of both the battalion and the disciplinary measures of this battalion. But he was really cool. And he commanded the Tanith First and Only. And these guys, at their formation, they're ready to load onto the ships, and there's a chaos incursion right then and there. And it's just they're fighting a running battle to get to the ship. And basically, less than a single battalion makes it off Tanith before Tanith is no more. Literally, no more. I mean, when they talk about planetary destruction in the 40K universe, they mean it. They mean asteroid fields. They mean complete destruction. They mean, virus bombs that leaves the planet covered in ooze. It's devastating weaponry. So this Tanith First and Only, which really they're forest people, and it's just a really, really good story because because it's about humans. It's not about 9-foot-tall genetically enhanced space marines that in their galaxy there is only war. Or if you're a space wolf, drinking, but it was a really good storyline because it was about people.
That's cool.
Well, I have Vermintide on Steam, but that one's set in the fantasy sword and sorcery.
Yeah.
There's no spaceships.
Skaven. Rat people.
Those are were-rats?
Not were-rat. There are were-rats, but Skaven they're just rat people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Red Finks. Yeah, I tried to learn everything, Carson, and you taught me about the world, but it's going to be new. I've watched, like Chris was saying, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube about Warhammer 40K, and luckily there's video games, so there's always clips from the video games, which helps.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I have the BattleTech box sets, and I played BattleTech a couple times, so although the worlds are different, it's Lance's fighting platoons. I mean, come on. Okay.
Is that BattleTech from Fascia?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the one where you pilot the mechs and usually have a group of 3 called Lance.
Yeah, but the game company that made it was Fascia, right? FASA.
I think it's FASA. Yeah, the same one that did Shadowrun in the beginning, and Earth's Dawn.
And they also did. I think they did Star Trek too.
We talked about Star Trek, and that would be fun, but it's problematic as a role-playing game. That's Jingo was saying last week, because he played like a dignitary, so he just, kind of made life difficult for the guy playing the captain. It's like, dude, you're all supposed to be working together. Nothing's more. I mean, it sounded awesome, but from a DM standpoint and from a player standpoint, oh my God, nothing's more annoying than you going against what we're trying to complete.
The Star Trek game that we played, it was a combat simulator. So we had the captain, we had the engineer, we had communications, and we had like the science officer.
Yeah.
And we had freaking whatchamacallem, like panels of what you would have on the ship. And you had to dedicate, like, okay, use this much energy and blah, 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 and you got to do this. And, like, we all took turns being the captain. I lasted 1 round as captain,
I think, was that the video game they were playing at Comic-Con?
No, it was like it was like a board game.
Oh, neat.
But it was on, like, a giant map, and you were, like, a Star Trek ship fighting against like the Klingons or the Romulans or whatever.
Really?
And you had to like move your piece through the starfield and you battled other ships.
I'm down.
It was insane.
Right on. I remember Paul was involved in one where you all sat in a room and it was like Star Trek, and everybody had a position, and you had to be all the positions before you were allowed to play captain, because you had to know what they could do. I was like, that's fair. That's like, now we're so hard up for Dungeon Masters, it's like, go ahead and do it, but before, no, you got to play all the classes before you could play a DM, because you got to know what a druid can do, and what a thief can do, and what a illusionist can do, and a cleric, and But now, just go on YouTube and watch videos. You'll know what to do in 3 hours.
They had another space game that with ships that Fascia put out. I can't remember what it was called, though. Like Interceptor or...
Sounds familiar. I think you're right. Well, I remember we were talking about it, last week or the week before, and I completely forgot. Oh, no, it was the week before was episode 75, because we were talking about the world of darkness and how absolutely just impossibly stupid Wraith is, and how the guilds are set up and everything's made out of souls, and you're laughing because you have all the books. I get, you
I had all the books. I don't have them anymore.
What happened to the 2 tubs?
They're all gone, and I'm kicking myself. Myself.
We'll get them.
You know how many times I've kicked myself in the ass?
I'm not going to beat you up. I was so happy you wanted them. Anyway, but it's the simplicity of like Boot Hill and how simple that role-playing game is. You're a marshal or a bounty hunter or a sheriff or, and you go after rustlers and bank robbers and assholes or gangbusters where you're, a G-man chasing the 1920s bootleggers and gangs and stuff like that. Whereas Wraith is so overcomplicated that it's no fun to play.
I thought Mage was more complicated than Wraith.
Really? I would disagree only because in Wraith, you ceiling in the game is over, and the rest of your party's like, well, thanks, bye, you have to make a new character now. Bye, Steve, we'll see you as whatever you come back as. But Mage, you're right, Mage, honestly, all of those games are like Paranoia. If you're naturally good at telling stories or lying, you're going to do great in these games. Because that's kind of what that main skill is. Paranoia, right. You have to lie your way out of trouble from the beginning of the game until it's over. You have to lie to the computer, the team leader, the hygiene officer, the happiness officer, the secret society. You got to lie to everybody just to survive. And it doesn't matter because the game master is out to put you on clone. You start out at 6 and you go down to clone 1 when you have 1 left, when you're on your last clone. And then after he gets injured beyond repair, he's dead. You're dead. You're done. You got to make another guy. But Alternity was also mentioned, and I had completely forgotten about that game. Luckily, Lava Being reminded us of it, or was it? I think it was Lava Being, but I didn't know anything about that game. It was a futuristic game. Jingo said he cracked the book open once, but yeah, I don't know anything about it. And even
they had another one called Exalted.
Was that any good?
I don't know. I never played it.
More games that looked flashy and cool and interesting and edgy in the 90s, but dude, you're making me buy so many fucking source books for this other game. I don't have any money left. I can't buy all these books.
Speaking of new games, I have I backed a Kickstarter for a new role-playing game that's going to be out in December.
Oh yeah?
It's put out by IDW, the comic book publisher.
Really? What's the premise?
Godzilla.
Godzilla? Being him or fighting him?
It's a Godzilla role-playing game.
I want to be Godzilla.
It is a Godzilla role-playing game.
History. I think I subscribe to that one too.
Yeah. History shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man.
Godzilla.
We can play that the first game.
Oh my God!
That should be the intro for every game.
It should. The Godzilla song.
Yeah, I think. I backed it like last year.
Godzilla.
Oh
yeah,
no.
I backed it last year, and it should be out December of this year.
Clay had a bunch of questions for you about your card game.
Which?
Yes.
Who, mine?
I don't have one, so there's only Rob's indisposed at the
moment.
We're
both curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, yours.
I'm not sure how much I can talk about it, but I have them actually right here. My wonderful art.
Patent pending. Damn it. Wait.
Patent pending. That's right.
Since you're talking about it here, you're establishing that it exists on 7/14/26, 5:46 Mountain Time. His card game already existed, folks. If you try to steal it, we will sue you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even mine, but it is, I'm making it for my friends.
How far down the road are you without giving us any kind of details? Because we know what it's about.
Yeah, I am. I'm making the temp cards right now.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, look, here, let me show you my wonderful art skills. This is why I was an artist as a comic book creator. I say with facetiously.
And that's a mutant horse.
Coco. Coco is one of the Chihuahuas in the comic book. It's the premise is the characters from the comic book versus mutant Chihuahuas. And it's kind of like a battle game. You can add equipment, weapons to the humans. You can add equipment to the Chihuahuas to make them more powerful.
Oh my God! Why?
Well, let's see. Like for the resources, I did like a 1 point resource is a coffee.
You need that,
right? A 2 point resource, or no, another 1 point resource is hot sauce.
Hot sauce. You throw it in the eyes of the Chihuahua and it slows them down.
Another 1 point resource is an energy drink. And then like a 2 point resource is like a burger and fries and a steak and a baked potato. And then for the Chihuahuas, you get your dog food. But for like the equipment for the Chihuahuas,
radiated rawhide bones.
No. Hold on here. I got them right here.
Which cat is howling? Venus, come here.
A frilly pink tutu, because people like to dress up their damn dogs.
Yes, they do.
You got a collar, a regular collar. You got a spiky collar.
Ooh.
for the kinky Chihuahuas. Oh, here's my favorite. We have a clown costume for your Chihuahua.
Excellent.
Then we got like the princess costume, a knight costume, a hot dog costume, a witch costume. Oh, this one, everybody liked this one, was the shark costume. I haven't drawn a picture of it yet. But the shark costume gives them +5 to defense.
Sharky, the shark dog.
So
I'm Missy the cat.
So yeah, it's like a battle game, like you would battle like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, where you're fighting, and
it's gonna be fun.
I'm just making the cards so that I can actually test it out and see if it works. How I have it written to see if it works. And
the hardest part would be coming up with rules.
The rules I've pretty much gotten down.
Nice.
That's why I'm making the cards so that when we test it and we use the rules, I can find out what works and what doesn't. Have you seen the collectible card game that was on Kickstarter?
No.
They needed like $50,000 or something. They got over $1 million.
Hurry up with this game, Chris! Jesus!
I know, right?
Sorry.
Right?
Damn. Well, good for them. Well done.
Right?
Gotta celebrate other people's victories. Humility is the path. Did you tell him about the French racing game? Clay?
Oh, Milliborn?
What's it called again?
Milliborn. I think that's how. It's French for milestones, and it's a car racing game. It's been around. Actually, Americans were introduced to it during World War II, I believe. And I actually learned from my uncle Ned, who learned it when he was in Korea, and it's a basic. You know, you've got stop, you've got go, you've got flat tires, you've got puncture-proof tires, you've got spare tires. Then you've got you ran out of gas, you've got a full gas tank, and you've got a limitless gas tank. So the ones that there's safeties, the puncture-proof tires, the safeties, Ace Driver keeps you out of accidents. So all of these things get thrown in front of you. Like you could be going and somebody will hit you with a speed limit, and you can only play mile cards up to your speed limit. You can't go any faster than that.
It is in a card game?
Yeah. Millie Bourne, Milleebornes.
He's got it.
Yeah, I've got 2 copies. A camping copy and a home copy.
Wow.
Yeah, I played that card game as a kid.
Really?
Many years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I believe the version that I played was from England. It was a friend of my parents, and they had a place up in northern Arizona. And of course, they were from England. And they had the game, and they taught my sister and myself, and we played for hours. Haven't seen it since.
Wow. I got 2 copies. Come on over.
Yeah, really. We'll have a card game night.
Does anybody remember back in the 90s, I want to say 95, 94 to 96, of Gridiron, the football trading card game?
Sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
Okay, what about Illuminati?
Yes, that was a card game.
You remember that one?
Nah, I didn't hear that one.
About 20 years ago.
You didn't do that one?
No, there was a game, Illuminati. It was a card game. I never got to play it.
Yeah.
I saw it in stores, and I saw people playing it at cons, but I never got to play it.
Yeah. It had the President Trump card in there.
Oh, did it really? No. I played Azul.
What was they were trying to tell us?
No. I played the Azul game. That was kind of fun. Colditz. Played Colditz at Paul's once. Him and I and Ron. The one game I
What
want
about the other one that came out in the 90s? Magic the Gathering.
Go, Clay.
You have no idea
Anybody
how much money I've spent on little pieces of pretty cardboard.
I played it. I was never any good at it. I
Me
just
neither.
Huh?
Me neither. My best game was I got the pants beat off of me by this teenage girl with a deck full of flying cats. And I laughed my ass off just getting whooped on because it was so much fun.
What about board games? Does anybody like board games? Yeah? Yeah?
I hate Monopoly.
I got it.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
hate Monopoly.
Monopoly is terrible, but I've got like 50 board games and card games.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see my shelf back there.
No, it's all Funko Pop. You got lots of
Let
board
me
games
flip you
too.
around. Let me flip you around so I can figure out how to flip you around.
Now tour Chris's bedroom. Hope you cleaned up.
Nope.
Oh, great. Look, X-Men. Oh, they're all games? Oh, right on.
Yes.
I thought they were just
Yeah,
more
these are all games.
Funko Pop stuff. Well done.
No, that's up there. That's
Yeah, I've got
my
some.
Kevin Smith.
Hey, signed. The only one I have signed is Weird Al Yankovic. J.N. Silent Bob. Nice.
And there's Dante. Yeah.
How
and
far are we? My girlfriend sucked 30-60 all at the same time.
There's Christina V.
Famous.
She's a voice actor for Killua. And then I got one more.
Moff Gideon, really? Well done.
Yeah. But yeah, these are all board games. I haven't opened this one yet, and I have not opened this one yet.
Oh, wow.
This is Galactus. This is the multiverse one.
Oh, nice.
There's about 100 figures in this one, in this box. Every fucking $50,000 that they raise for the Kickstarter, you got another figure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And same with this one. This is the very first one. So that's all like the original like Marvel characters. Doctor Strange and like everybody's on there.
The cat's having a meltdown in the next room.
Yeah, this is the multiverse. This is all the X-Men. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I can still
I've
see
only played it a couple of times. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, I've got quite a few games I've never played. I've had Risk 2210.
I wanted to play that one.
I've had it for almost 20 years, never played it.
Never played that.
Risk that I wanted to play was Star Wars.
Star Wars Risk?
Which one? Star Wars?
Star Wars Risk. That was... Yeah, I would have played that.
Yeah. That would have been great. Oh, God. I got so many board games, but I'd have to walk down the hall, and the court isn't that long. That's not going to happen.
I'll be right
and you
back,
have to take
gentlemen.
the whole computer with you.
Oh, no. Okay. No, I'm not bringing the whole computer.
A question.
Okay.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
I'll be talking to Bianca here pretty quick next month. She runs Horror Fest. And she is personal friends with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
Very cool for her.
Yeah. I am thinking of sending her with a movie to get autographed by Mr. Kurt Russell.
You should probably wait. But yeah. I know. Which one? Escape from New York? Or
okay, let me tell you what I have. I have Tombstone. I have Escape from New York. And then I have John Carpenter's The Thing.
Ooh. Also, Soldier. I think that's a very underrated. It's a very underrated movie. I don't have a copy of it either, to be honest. No.
But those are the three that I have, and I'm willing to buy Big Trouble in Little China if people vote for that. Maybe the chat can help us vote.
Wait. Let me solve your problem right here. Just go to Zia's or Bookman's or Half Price or whatever. Overboard. Get Overboard. Then you give it to her, Goldie, and Kurt on the same DVD. In the same DVD. I've probably seen that movie 50 times because you get to see Goldie's butt. Also in Protocol. I've seen all her movies.
The three that I have.
You've got plenty of time. This is going to happen again and again. If they're friends, time isn't an issue. Strategy is the issue. And you want to do it, you don't want to be, hey, can I have your autograph? Celebrities are normal people. They get tired of that crap, too.
Oh, yeah.
So you
I mean,
want
well,
to do
she
it
goes
with...
to their house in California, and so she go. I mean, she knows them on a personal level,
Right.
and so she goes and visits them. So it's just like, I'm asking as a friend of hers. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
if I slip you this, can you maybe have Kurt autograph this? That would be freaking amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's better to be offered an autograph than to ask for one, really.
I know, but
Come here. Come here. Stop crying. Oh my God. You think I'm beating her in the next room? Why do you always jump around like I'm going to spike you like a football? I've owned you for 14 years. I've never once dropped you ever in your life. Meanwhile, every time you pick her up, ah! Oh, claws and panic. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Venus. She just wants me in the other room to pet her on the kitchen table. She's fine.
Oh my God.
But she's sitting there the whole time. Ow, ow, ow. Which you guys can't hear it, but I'm sure Clay's not having a good time. And it's driving me insane because he's in the living room because I'm too damn loud when we talk. Yeah, I know. I'm too damn loud. I know. Go figure. But yeah, I would. That's what if I were you and had that opportunity. Overboard.
I'll have to go and find it then.
You have to replan your strategy, sir. You have a good one already. Let me add to it and make it better. I want to meet both of them. Oh my God! But the problem is that. Or you could get.
You would geek out.
Of course I would. I've been watching them all my life. The computer with tennis shoes. The computer with tennis shoes. Kurt Russell's always been in our zeitgeist. Since The Thing, since... whether he's playing a villain or a hero, he's an interesting human being to watch.
And he was in Monarch, the Godzilla TV show on Apple TV.
There you go.
And his son was, too. He played the younger version of his dad.
There's a lot of... It's interesting... I mean, before they become famous, actors will do any work. We forget Jack Black is a household name now. But back in the day, dude, he was an extra in Waterworld and Demolition Man. And we just...
Yes, I remember. I saw that thing on Demolition Man. I've never seen Waterworld.
I enjoyed Waterworld. It's Road Warrior with no road. It's Kevin Costner just having an awesome life on his catamaran until he runs into super hot Janine Triplehorn and what's her name, kid actress before she's an adult now. The movie is from 96. But I mean, it's Dennis Hopper, Jack Black. What's his name's in it too? He plays like a crazy inventor in the very beginning, and he's got a Zeppelin attached to a bicycle. Michael Jeter? No, Jeff. From Fisher King, and he's Mr. Noodle on Sesame Street. Hold on, now I gotta look it up.
Now you gotta look it up.
Well, my cat.
So Waterworld is kind of like The Postman, then.
It's better. Postman's alright. I mean, it was good, but it's very 95 Waterworld. Janine Triplehorn, Kevin Costner, Venus. The hell's his name?
I watched a new movie. Well, it's an old movie the other day. Has anybody seen Hidden Figures?
No.
No.
Yes.
You have?
That's about the NASA mathematicians.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one with Kevin Costner, or is that the one with the three ladies?
The three ladies.
The three ladies. I've seen them both.
Yeah. The three ladies. Well, who was the guy? I thought the guy was Kevin Costner.
Is it the same movie with the three ladies as
Let me check.
there may be two. There may be only one movie.
Sorry about that. That was my desktop. It's going to be girls in bikinis now and again. This is going to happen. Sorry. I like women. Sorry about that. Oops.
Yeah, Kevin Costner's in it.
Okay, so then there's only one movie. I thought for a second there were two.
Nope.
Because I have seen both of them, apparently.
Yeah. Kirsten Dunst's in it, too. I didn't realize that.
Ooh.
All right.
She's amazing.
So, yeah, I highly recommend it. I give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs way up.
2 thumbs way up. Yep.
So I was muted when you guys were talking about the postman. Friend Dave was an extra. He was a horse rider.
Nice. Yes.
So
not surprising. Sir Dave was a knight.
He was in a movie with Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner was in a movie with Kevin Bacon. We are 4
6 degrees
from Kevin Bacon, Bill.
Hey,
and you guys are 5.
I was in a movie with Christy Taylor, Ben Stiller's wife, before they even met, and Byron Johnson, the general from The Fifth Element. You've rigged the contest. Yeah. And he was Leon in Blade Runner. He's the replicant that gets shot in the head by Rachel because he's beating the shit out of Deckard in the alleyway. And he's in Crime Wave, an old Sam Raimi movie that I saw at the it's Byron James and Paul Smith, and it's just absolutely insane. And it's like watching an evil cartoon. But my sister Beth became obsessed with it, so we've probably seen that movie like 50 times, to the point where it's like, don't watch that movie anymore. I'm gonna put it in, And the guy that was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he was the Michelangelo in the costume for the first movie. That's who was in. And Billy Blanks wasn't there when we were filming, so there you go. So I don't know how close that makes us all to Kevin Bacon, but there you go. But no, I mean...
well, I got you one beat, though. I got you one beat.
Go.
I am 5 degrees to George Lucas.
Really?
Yes.
The Big L himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Big L himself, yes. Spring grandfather was a scene painter in the 50s and 60s for major motion pictures in Hollywood. And one of the directors that he worked with George Lucas on, I think it was either THX 1138 or American Graffiti.
TX 1138. Why aren't you at your post?
Yeah. Yes. So I am technically like 5 degrees away from George Lucas.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice. Yeah. Well done. Good flex.
But
hey,
I'd love to be much closer.
You never know. Well, hey, if I could write, I would make great movies, and if I could draw, I would make epic comic books. But I don't have any of those abilities. I'm just great at coming up with ideas. But that being
then we
said,
need to talk more because I talked to Nate last night actually, and we're thinking about going to the licensing expo next year to check it out.
If you have a secure, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. So,
well, you still want to work on Dash Fire, and then Mike Clark and I were writing the Huska Castle thing, but Mike passed away, so now I don't really know what he was going to do with his half of the story about a time-traveling portal to hell. But, it was getting interesting.
Why are you talking about my honeymoon again?
Yeah, that.
Because, I mean, just me alone, I've got like 5 different properties, including Dashfire. Nate has about 5 different properties. I mean, between the two of us, that's 10.
I've got story ideas and parts of stuff written, but so much of it is incomplete that you can't get it trademarked or copyrighted or any, it's copyright this idea. I can't. Anybody could have this idea, You just arranged a bunch of ideas in a certain but
order.
Even Major Crush Hazard, that's not mine. We had a huge sit down, and I basically had to sign off everything, get all the debt, and then I gave him the remaining 750 comic books. So that was over a decade ago.
Well, I mean, if I'm an idea guy too, and if we put our heads together,
come up with ideas.
I'm sure we can come up with fully fleshed ideas. I want to hit I want to finish Eclipse by the end of the year, at least the first draft. And the way that it's looking right now, I might hit it before the end of the year. I might hit it by November.
I don't know. I stopped thinking about my graphic novels and my comic book series, and honestly, I gave up on my fantasy novels. I had 2 that I was all excited about, 3, really, but 2 that I wanted to do like grumpy old men, but what if they work for the government and they're barristers? But one is like a former, like a cavalier type, like a army general, colonel type, and the other one is like a mage, maybe, cleric kind of, and put them in like a Forgotten Realms setting and have them do like Murder, She Wrote style Sherlock Holmes shit with these 2 guys where one can't stop complaining and the other one's just like, oh, really? Okay. And I was going to call it By Sword and Quill. Because I was going to have the one...
That's copyrighted, by the way.
What is? What I just said?
By Sword and Quill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, by Sword and Quill. You need to say that.
The problem is I didn't have... there's no, end for it. And after a while, it's going to become the same thing. Because I don't have, a arc to the next thing. The other one I've been writing for a long time, and it's its own D&D world. Oh, new gods, new bad guys, new everything. Oddly enough for me, there's no other races in it so far. It's just humans. Which I rarely play humans in roleplay. I'm a human every day. Why would I want to play one in a game? When I could be an elf or an orc or a were-chicken or cat.
Why is that? Why did you make it that way?
I don't... It just kind of kept writing it, and the only other races were orcs and bad races of things that are humanoid, but definitely not human. And then, it's... I don't know why I did it that way. It just kind of happened that way. It wasn't by design. I didn't set out and be like, I'm going to make an all-human world. Because both of them kind of happened that way, and it's like, oh, I didn't want that to be... Like with the other one, with the 2 old guys, I'm not opposed to changing either one of their races, because it wouldn't really change the dynamic of the 2 personalities. Because they're those 2 bosses that you have where one is always angry and yelling at everybody and the other one is completely like, oh, hi, how you doing? Come on in, you know. It's the two bosses that you've had all through life. What? This? Why is she upset about that? How do I know? You need to go ask her. Why are you yelling at me? Don't shoot the messenger. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
That other one, that All Human World, sounds like a freaking source book. That would be a cool source book. Or D&D.
I don't wanna tell any more about it because the whole world's centered around one character that's an amalgam of a form of write what you know, and all the best characters you have inside you are your childhood friends and friends in adolescence and friends in your 20s. You take part of their personality and you keep building on that and expanding on it. The problem is that it's like I've been told so many times, oh, all your characters sound the same, and then I wasn't doing enough differentiation between. It's like I came out with the story and I came out with this world, but that doesn't make me a good dialogue writer or source writer, so to speak.
I think that would be cool. I think. And my brain is already working on what happened to the other races.
In the one where there's one, okay. The other one is, if I was to write it and put it down, it would be called The Alchemist's Nightmare. And the world is its own world. Like, by sword and quill, that could fit in Forgotten Realms or Greyhawk, or I don't know if it would fit in Dark Sun, but I mean, you could even do it if you were bold in Spelljammer, because it would just, or Eberron. Eberron would be even better, because it's detective, it's crime. So the problem is you have to come up with a bunch of murders, and like. I can't remember what I called the first story, but the second story I was actually all excited about because it's kind of set up like Umberto Eco's Name of the Rose, which if you have not read the book, or I have the book, I need to read it, but it's also like 900 pages. But there was a phenomenal movie, Name of the Rose. Sean F. Murray Abraham, Ron Perlman plays the mentally challenged insane monk, and it's just a great movie.
Oh, Christian Slater is in that one. I think that was his first major role.
I would agree, because he's really young in that movie. It's like right after Gleaming.
Really young in that one,
right after Gleaming the Cube, before Heathers, before Pump Up the Volume, before Broken Arrow and all that. Even, you know, but that world. In The Alchemist's Nightmare, the world that I created, instead of the gods are based on emotions first, and like ideals and physical objects second. If that makes sense. So, for instance, when you die in that world, when you're dead, a massive 15-foot owl basically comes up to you, you kind of go with it willingly, and it takes you to this like clearing, and there's all these podiums, and you're standing there in this circle, and at each one of the podiums is a solar, a minor representation of each one of the gods, and they're based on, each god is like 3 emotions. So after you're dead, the gods will argue over which emotion you use the most during your life, and that's where you're spending your eternity. He was angry all his life. He belongs with us. He belongs here in the fire. No. He was kind, and he belongs with us. He belongs under the ocean, and with love and understanding and feel. So it's all like all their clerics are having like an emotional crisis when they're doing their spells, depending on what god they serve.
Wow.
So like when like the high clerics of, if I did a world, the high clerics of like the priests of the fire, rage, anger god, you would hear them screaming outside a city when they're bringing down, what's that, the column of flame. It's like the high 8th level cleric spell that you can, basically you're like, God, fuck that particular army, and all of a sudden this column of fire comes out of the sky. So that's kind of how I set up the world. So every city has every temple, and everyone is... Like, the god of nightmares is the most feared of all. He's basically the devil. Because he's... Soon as you fall into deep sleep, I have you. There's no saving you now.
Wow.
So the world
That sounds really cool.
Thank you. So it's like, the problem is, the more I wrote it, the more I realized it's like everything I've absorbed my whole life. So it's very Fafard and the Grey Mouser, or Lord of the Rings, or, well, you know, but you can't have an exciting adventure unless they go on an adventure. And they're all going to kind of be the same, because you can only talk about so many things when you're walking with your friends for months, or riding horses, or things like that. So you have these 3 friends, and, well, to tell more of the story gives away more of my story. But they can't just... You've got 3 different countries of humans, and it's like one of those Venn diagrams where they all kind of meet in this one area. Yes, they're in part of these big... Their world is different, where the land masses start at the poles and go all the way to the center, and the center around their world is a massive Pacific Ocean style. So they don't even know about the people on the other side, because only dead bodies have made it. We know these people are from beyond the ocean because these clothes and weapons and tools and boats are nothing like we have. I don't want to get more into that, but that's kind of, that is the fantasy world that I've been working on probably since I was 20 years old. So 34 years. But dude, decades ago I stopped writing it, you know.
I think we should take a vote. I think Bill should go back to it.
It's painful at some points. The problem is that I'm like really in love with all the villains in the story that I created, because like the alchemist is basically like, take Snape and he's dead, but he just keeps on going making potions and spells, and then he gets bored several thousand years after he's just been going and going. So his new thing is human experimentation. We'll take this gland out of this magic creature and put it inside this human and see what happens. So it's like the Isle of Dr. Monroe, but in a D&D setting. So they don't really have like where... Oh, sorry. They don't really have like where rats and where... There isn't lycanthropy in the world, but now you have... There was a dude with a wolf head and the most disgusting scar, and he was all shaved, and it was... So they, you know... The alchemist is just doing whatever he wants, and he has this... several towers in several different cities that are just filled with monstrosities.
Sounds like fun. Oh my god.
Yeah, because if you don't sleep, you've got plenty of time to do experiments. So that's kind of the world, because the 3 main characters have no idea. They're like 3 friends, and it's kind of based on what, you know. 3 amigos, and they pick up people along the way, and they, you know, it's a. But I gave it up a long time ago, you know, because it became problematic because I gave a lot of the gods and goddesses different names in different, because each. Okay, the bad guys are called the Crove. And they have their own language, they have their own society, they have their own god. You know, they worship all the darker gods. They're not. They're your bad guy race. They're kind of like the, you know, the whatchamacallits in the Bulgaria and the Malorian. The Murgos. They're not nice people. They're nice to each other, but they're not really nice to the other two races of people. And they have a king and royalty and all that, but secretly we're going to find out much. Well, I'm giving away all the alchemist is really running the show.
Okay, I need to pop off, because I gotta go take my meds and stuff like that. Check on Mom.
Oh yes, absolutely. We're sending her all the healing vibes. Hopefully, she's doing well.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
She's doing better. Good. All right, I will talk to you guys next week or later on.
Thanks for joining us.
Shoot me later.
Yep. Well, yeah.
All right.
Facebook. Thank you again.
Bye, Clay.
Thank you again.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
But yeah, after a while, I gave up on it. I gave up on the graphic novel and the series, and
you are a talker, and what that means is we need to get you a dictation software.
yeah,
I'm serious, and
I had
a lot of
Dragon,
and that's perfect because when you get rolling and you start telling a story, you get the opportunity to build it and develop it. And if we get the dictation to capture these things, you can always go back,
edit it later, and because that's
detail out.
Yeah. I leave out words. I have terrible grammar and punctuation and sentence structure and how it sounds in my head by the time it travels to my fingers. It looks vastly different. Wait a minute, what? What the hell was I talking about there?
That's why I think you are perfect for, like, what Chris was talking about. You know, you've got these people that are doing these, essentially they're doing these audio presentations, and they're posting them up on YouTube, and they're very, very, very popular. You have always been the bard, the storyteller, the one who can walk. You can sit down around the fire and you can keep a crowd entertained for hours and tell the stories and build them and develop them and keep growing them.
I am guilty of
and
that.
And that's something that you excel at. And again, not everybody can sit at the keyboard and go nuts. Not everybody can sit with a pen and lined paper and write it out. But you can present the tales. You can present the stories. We need to latch onto that, grab it, keep building it.
Thank you. I think the Alchemist Nightmare that people would be, after seeing the Game of Thrones excitement, Lord of the Rings excitement, and even like Dune, people are okay with an epic tale. They're down. They may not all read the book, but they're going to watch the show. And especially now with Netflix and all that. One of the main reason this podcast became a thing is because for 10 years, all I've been hearing about is people talking about podcasts. Well, I could talk about nothing for hours. Why don't I have a podcast? Why don't we have a podcast? We're interesting. So because that's the other thing too. You're right. But also, your hobbies don't make you interesting. You make you interesting. You are the reason that people are. It's your reaction and experience to the new experience that people are watching. I am not surprised that there are reaction videos to movies. It's great to see kids that are 20 and 30 watching Tombstone for the first time, and they're blown away. But I think you're right, Rob. I gotta do that. I had Dragon at one point. The CDs around here somewhere, but I don't even think that's a. We'll get a new one. The other
Dragon is out there. The Dragon, hell, we have Enterprise Dragon at Common Spirit that we use because they have a medical version. They have a version for engineering. They have a version for the law firms. They have a version for everything out there. Dragon has become one of the big players. But you know, other things that are out there. There are some freebies out there. Microsoft's Office 365 has built-in dictation in Microsoft Word. Again, there are some freebies things out there. There are AI systems that you can use online, and all you have to do is have the microphone to talk to the system, and you're off to the races.
Yeah. Well, even my steampunk story, which is basically League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with real people, was something that I would like to see. I mean, there aren't that many giant epic steampunk stories. There's one about Doc Holliday. It's a book. I started reading it, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. But I mean, it's a total fantasy. Because at the time the book has been written, Doc's been dead for like 5 years. But I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there. So I don't know. Time will tell.
You know, one of the things that I wanted to mention is I've been using mind mapping software for probably about 15 years, and you're not going to be able to see that.
Nope.
Crap. Okay, hold on a second, dude. She called you crap.
Like, I was looking at that. Now I can't see anything.
Okay. So.
My eyes.
All right. Well, you can kind of vaguely see that. That's a mind map.
Okay, that's where the McDonald's is. Wait.
That's my current thought process on this game mastering, and really, I like to describe mind maps by going to camping equipment, because this is a mind map that I made. It's actually the reason why I downloaded the mind mapping software, because I had this massive wish list for camping equipment, and I wanted to have my wish list and what I actually had and started acquiring. So a mind map works this way. You start out with a balloon in the middle that says camping equipment. And like I said, over here, you'll hit a plus button and another balloon will open up, and you can say wish list and start your wish list. And then over here, you can open up another balloon that says equipment. And there you're going to list, I've got a tent, I've got an arrow bed, 4 sleeping bags, blah, blah, yakka schmack. And then another window where you can open up, this is my cooking equipment. I've got a stove. I've got pots and pans. I can make another window and list the pots and pans. All thy tediousness upon thee. But when you pare down your ideas like that mind mapping, that's how your brain works.
Yeah.
So I was telling you about this before, Bill. You've got a drawer in your head that has family. And in that drawer, you've got Beth. And in that drawer, you've got all these, but that's how your mind works.
It's a lot like the filing cabinets in Bruce Almighty, where they just...
Exactly. It's that's the way your mind works, is it makes a filing cabinet. And if you can organize your thoughts like a filing cabinet...
Yeah. The way that mind mapping thing looks is how I would draw out a module if I was running a tabletop RPG, where there isn't like an outline or a bunch of paragraphs or anything. It's circles and arrows and different, like a straight arrow means this, a wavy arrow means this, a jagged arrow means they hate you. And but it would be the bubbles would be adversaries or, plot lines.
See, that's the thing. You can do with it whatever you want, because it's your mind that you're mapping.
My mind. No, I'm all for any help, but any writing besides what Rob is talking about, any other writing project is so far away in the past now, because it's just, I don't think about Worldwide Villains anymore. It's more of a production company now. I mean, it still exists. I still have to pay for the website that we don't use, but I don't know how to use Squarespace or Wix or anything. But I mean, we've got to start utilizing it because I'm paying money for it every year. And Paul and I had a falling out, and then he tore down my website, and we didn't talk after that. And then 3 months later, he died. So for 3.5 months later. So there you go. Life's a bowl of roses. We'll learn. I gotta watch videos. I gotta watch videos on editing. I gotta watch videos on Patreon. We're learning. Life is a learning experience. There's no stopping from the learning. It's always the learning. Oops, can't do that. We're learning. Always
To do
learning.
otherwise is to stagnate. Nobody likes that.
Not really.
Start to
Well, it's
smell.
just bad. It's just bad for everybody. Got him in the ground before he starts to smell. My name is Mud.
Call me Aloysius.
I love Primus. Yeah, learning is key. So we're gonna learn it. Now we're just gonna steampunk forever because I gotta get rid of all these guns. My house is inundated. So, yay! The steampunking will commence. Can't even see it. Behind me are all the guns and items that are already posted on Facebook and eBay. Need to go through the red suitcase and take out all those vacuum tubes. Yay, product. Go check it out, kids. We can help for Halloween or the next con. Let's see, there's Medieval Mayhem, Medieval Madness. Is it Payson? I think that just happened. I think that already happened last weekend. And then the first weekend of August down in Bisbee is a huge pirate festival. And then I don't know how many other cons and things are going on in the interim. Excuse me.
You know, folks, these weapons, these cosplay weapons that we're putting out, they're custom. They're hand painted. No two are alike. That's one I'm working on right now.
Most of them don't work.
Most of them
I'm
don't.
telling you, the real bitch were these Devastators because they did not raise the name Devastator. They routed it in there. So getting that off was damn near impossible. So it's just easier to super glue something over it and just move on. So yeah.
Yeah, the leather patch is actually kind of characterful.
I thought so.
And fitting with the steampunk theme.
The strong arms and the Mavericks are superior in another way because you don't have the Devastator does not have the button so that you can eject. What's this? The spindle? Rob's a gunsmith. He'll know what this.
Cylinder.
Cylinder. I don't know. I'm no gunsmith. But I said what I said in the video, and I stand by it. The Maverick is still one of the best guns to steampunk. They're just so much fun. And then you got this button, and the cylinder pops out. You can load all 6 at once. But then you're left with a lot of extra sanding on your part because the sanding is the longest part of making these, taking Nerf guns or squirt guns and turning them into steampunk guns or futuristic guns, Star Wars or Shadowrun, or Firefly, whatever the hell you're playing. It's all
And
good.
this one,
Traveler.
you can spin that cylinder with one in there and
Russian roulette. Nerf Russian roulette. So
Ow.
dangerous.
jeez.
But even take your basic squirt gun, Yay.
Yeah, I love that one. That turned out really nicely. I liked that.
Yeah, that one did pretty good.
The other one of that one that turned out kind of navy blue.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
I did show this one before we sanded it down, but this one will soon be posted, probably by the end of the night. This is a Fortnite gun. Oh, we have to paint this part blue. Nah, leave it black. It's fine.
No, I left that black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I have another one, and I started Fortnite. It literally had Fortnite and shh written on it because it has the detachable. Ooh, it's got the pink underwear, orange underwear. I'm not colorblind.
All right, looks like I gotta paint that too. I didn't think that came off. I thought it just twisted.
Nah. The other one does not have the silencer, but I say leave it on there because don't worry about it. And then these are fun. I've got another one I'm almost done sanding out there. Lots of copper tubing. Play fixed this one. I rematted it. This is a Paul original. So yeah, it's going well.
Yes, that artist is no longer with us.
Using the vacuum tubes.
I like that one.
The Stitch gun.
It's cute.
Don't tell him it's from Stitch. Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, it's a snitch.
It's a snitch gun. I got another one that I started painting. There's over 150. There's so many in varying stages of. And then I got anyway.
All different sizes too. You need something to stick down your bodice? We got it.
I have a couple of the small ones, but I realized I got a lot of rifles and pistols. Holy crap. So, some of the guns I had to cut, and I tried experimenting with different ways to cover the massive hole. Speaking of massive holes, Venus! Cat. Meow, 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 meow. Like the Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Pay attention to me.
I know. Dude, I've been around you all fucking day. Leave me alone. Now I don't even remember what I was talking about.
You were cutting on the guns.
Oh! So I tried spray foam, and that didn't exactly work how I wanted it to, and I've been staring at it for years because I just kind of chalked it up as a failure. So I painted it gold, and oddly enough, it looks kind of like pyrite. And we had to put gold in these here shotguns. So believe it or not, I looked it up because I couldn't remember. There is a particular brand of Fey that gold keeps them at bay. It's the Headless Horseman. The Dual-Ahan. So, and these are like one of the Headless Horsemen of Irish mythology, not Sleepy Hollow. They're two different. The Headless Horse. This guy's a fairy, basically, an evil, like a troll, but not a troll. And yeah, he's a nightmare. So gold keeps him at bay, believe it or not. We learn something new every day on the show. There you go.
All right, I got a question.
Go.
You just mentioned trolls and Fae.
Yes.
As far as evil goes, which one do you think is more evil? I think it's Fae.
I would agree. Why does it keep doing that?
Because trolls are just going by their animalistic nature.
They just are
right?
what they are. Yeah.
They are what they are. But Fae, they're tricksy.
Fae have
Crafty.
an agenda. They're up to stuff. That's the difference. Where trolls are, well, they're both Fae technically, but it's a murky area. I would say that Fae are more nefarious because trolls don't have a changeling thing going on like Fae do. Trolls don't make bargains. I mean, I'm sure the higher, more cerebral ones do, but for the most part, they're savage brutes, savage beasts.
Yeah, I resemble that concept.
You know, and I mean, hey, if you run across a Fae, you could take 100-year nap just for shits and giggles.
Just for looking at them wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of dubious, I would say. Fae are the reason we have iron gates around playgrounds and schoolyards. Now we have plastic gates and all this other crap, and we got problems. So there you go. And fairies taking our kids.
And speaking of all this, Hornswoggle and I had a talk about things lately and how things have gone downhill since episode, what was it? 62?
30. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
We got to sage the house. That's
we got to sage the house.
Sage the house. That's the bottom line. When
That's
logic is exhausted, superstition takes the wheel, and it's a bumpy ride, folks. So that's where we're at. Because this is just way too much bad luck. Yeah, see? There you go. The horn scares evil away. Yep. Time tested. Everyone approved. So yeah, we got to sage. We should have saged during the new moon, but we'll make it up for that. It'll be all right.
So, you sage with white sage, or you smudge with white sage. Then you burn Palo Santo to make it stick.
It is.
Or you buy the biggest sage plant you can at the arborist. Put it in your front yard, and when things get really bad, you go out with
light on fire.
You settle and torch. Hey, I will admit to each year I try to put a little bit of sage through the forge at the beginning of the year.
Not a bad idea.
Old habits die hard, and that's a very old habit.
Better to have a gun and not need it than need a gun and not have it.
No. For me, it's like the it's like the Crocodile Dundee. Should have brought a gun, mate. Don't need a gun.
I got a
fenner.
I have a dog.
What's a fenner?
What is the older one? Pray for peace, but never sell your sword.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And forgive those who trespass against you, but never forget the bastard's name.
Yes, there is that. Hey, I'm all.
So speaking of superstitions, the ex and I had a lot of trouble having our first kid, and I decided that I tried to talk her into it, and she there was no way. There was no way she was going to do it.
She wasn't there when you were having trouble? Oh. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
So, New Year's Day, we were in Huntington Beach, and I'm like, I'm going to go take a dip. And we walked down there, and I jumped in the ocean New Year's Day, and it was cold and all that. And I figured cleansing and all that. And 10 months later, Duncan was born.
There you go. He's the magic kid. Right on. And there's something to say about the old ways. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never know.
There's no school like the old school.
True. Old school, yeah. So there's that. Well, now that there's always the power of positive belief and the power within and all that, but now that we've discovered quantum mechanics and we now realize that particles can be infinitesimally far apart, but still communicate across great distances. Anything's possible now. Turns science on its head, but we're not going to really see the real impact of that for another 5 years, because what do you do with this information now that you have it? I mean, do we...
Particles that know when they're being observed because they change their behavior when they're being observed. And I read about it, and it's not actually, I saw this do that. It's any form of like measurement or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's crazy. It's totally crazy, and I don't want to believe it that a particle on this side of the solar system or this side of the galaxy can be linked quantumly to something else on the other side of the galaxy, and they both go like this. I can't wrap my mind around that. And I've got a pretty open mind.
Sure you can. You've told me stories that you can identify with that. And I think all of us can. It's that I have to call so-and-so, I had a dream. It's that so-and-so, I can't stop thinking about so-and-so. There's something's up. I got to call them. It's that connection.
You're right. That happened a couple of months ago. You're right.
I think we all do.
Yeah. The idea of quantum entanglement is part of what's driving the idea of the quantum computer and the capacity to take it to
Ruckus.
a completely different level. The idea of a quantum computer is that a particle can exist in 3 states at the same time. Turn left, turn right, static, essentially, and that's the basics of it. But that these states can drive the computational power much higher. Again, what do we do with it? The capacity to actually utilize that is still very limited, but it's a better understanding of quantum mechanics and how particles at the very smallest level act and react different than those of the normal level.
It makes sense. I mean, a lot of people have connections. They just know all about another person, what they're feeling. Animals. There's people that connect with animals on a molecular level, I think. So
your sister is a beastmaster.
Oh, Beth with dogs. Yeah, it's kind of scary. She's the dog whisperer. Was. Oh, now she works at Costco. She's not a vet tech anymore. But yeah. So it's not that far. I can swallow that. I think it probably happens like within seconds. Move him over here. I can't really see him. He feels like a crew cut when you touch him. Mr. Rocket. Oops. So, Caddy Wumpus. There we go. So yeah, more fascinating stories. Stop touching it. Okay. Sorry, buddy. It's up too much. There we go. Quantum entanglement. We're gonna smudge the whole house. Just to be sure. This has just been way too much bad luck lately, and everything's... Yeah! I'm gonna smudge the whole house. So, yeah, we probably will have to skip this month's tabletop RPG, which sucks, because I really look forward to meeting on Sunday at your place or Ed's place? Or
I enjoy watching Isabel get so
Yeah.
wrapped up. She enjoys it so much, and it's a great thing to watch because it's something that she dives into with both feet.
Yeah.
And doesn't realize all of the education that she's receiving. She has ADHD and she has difficulties at times, and watching her pick up on the math, the order of operations, the reading for comprehension that comes along with it. Her picking up on all of these details has been wonderful, and it builds a certain strength of mind and strength in self.
Yeah.
For her, which I love to see. And now her older sister has an interest in it because she's been talking it up. So Natalie wants to come and see what this is all about. She's curious.
I want to watch these old men yell at roll dice for 6 hours. Love it. Well, no, the 50 Fathoms game is neat. I mean, I don't understand the whole Savage Worlds dice system yet. It functions like Shadowrun, but it's using all of the dice. So that... Just tell them it's math. Jingo's right. This is just math. Well, that's pretty much what D&D is, yeah. There's also physics involved, too. Okay, if we catapult this cow...
Yeah.
I now have to learn the aerodynamic resistance of a cow launched through it with a trebuchet. It happens.
But the problem solving that we watched her do was just extraordinary. It clicked with her because it was something of interest. It wasn't, okay, if I gave you 5 apples and I gave you 3 oranges and a sheep walks into the room and eats your strawberries, what do you have left? Well,
yeah, Clay.
That's that.
Yeah, you may have been voted party leader, but you've got that personality to deal with once she joins the... She has appointed herself party leader, and we just go, well, okay.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, all right.
She played 2 paladins, and what did she have? 5 or 10 acolytes? And she's like, well, I'm going to put them here, and my other paladin's going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And you're like,
she understood the job. She really did. It was interesting to watch. Yeah, she's still.
Well, I was a stay-at-home dad for 14 years, so I loved hanging out with Izzy. That was great fun.
Well, she took to that the moment everybody opened it up and said, no, you can ask anything. You're a part of this group. You're equal to anyone else at this table. She was on it. She enjoyed every minute of it.
When you hear the Cats in the Cradle song when you're a kid, you think, wow, that's a terrible, sad song. I hope that never happens to me. And then you realize that Cats in the Cradle is your fucking life. And all you do is chase after your children, and they have their own lives. They're busy. They're not, it just, you're still with them. You're just not with them.
I always thought it was a sad song because prescience, deja vu.
We'll be together then, Dad. And now it's kind of happened. The same thing. I'm trying to get over there to play with Willow and teach her D&D, but everything has just been a mess lately, and so things are going to get better.
The saving grace for us today is the fact that we have the ability to have some of these long-distance communications in this format or similar formats. My grandchildren have learned how to use their cell phones for video chats, and they can show me what they're doing. And that, Papa, I have a question for you about this. Okay, show it to me. Oh, yeah, okay, well, let's go through it. So that's a saving grace. It was very hard to do with me and my uncles over a telephone. But it made it a lot easier as we've gotten into a
Rhythm.
more progressed digital age.
Oh, true.
So we've spoken about this on this podcast before, the opportunity to create a much further flung society for ourselves, our own little group. So our tribe is no longer the people that live in our neighborhood or in our town. Our tribe is anybody who can get on here. So everybody that you've got in the chat, they are a part of, at least for the time being, for tonight, they're a part of
the world. Yeah, part of the family.
So we have an opportunity to interact with these people and to do things. They can ask us questions and go through all of this. One of the nice things about this, and it's, the only thing that would make it better is if, caller, you're on the air.
Yeah. Which we'll get there one day. Who knows? Hey, this is episode 77. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, folks.
Yeah, you're watching us. And
stay geeky.
Two things about that. We're very happy that you're watching us. We also think that there are a lot of online psychiatric assistance programs you might want to look into when you're finished, when you're done watching.
If you're valuing our opinion, something is drastically wrong with your judgment.
We're going to ask you to seek out psychological assistance.
We're here all day, and now that I'm doing stuff, you want me to throw the ball?
Well, of course.
I threw it at her face by accident. Now she's mad. Okay, go ahead. Here, eat these treats.
But seriously, folks, mental health it's really important to me, because taking care of my mental health has drastically changed my life. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. I know stuff, but I'm no expert. But if you need somebody to talk to, find somebody.
Yay, thanks for joining us.
Because the world is a better place with you in it.
Yep, I've spoken numerous times on this podcast about my PTSD and all of the formal and informal support that I received from brothers in arms and from professionals who've helped me along the way. I mean, one of the people that drove me who made sure that I got the help I needed, was a Navy SEAL. And when a Navy SEAL looks you in the eye and says, "Guess what you're doing today?" You don't ask questions. You get in the car.
Yeah, you're going to go along with it. You don't have much of a choice. Well, mental health.
Did you guys watch that video I shared about, it was on my Facebook page, about neuroplasticity and campfires?
Yes. Yep. Somebody
did you guys care if I sum up that?
About that earlier. God, who was that guy? Long hair. Go ahead. No.
Oh yeah. That's why. That's why, because Hornswoggle here, months ago, when I first got here, we were doing a lot of talking. I came here out of the Phoenix Rescue Mission. I lived in a shelter for almost 2 years. And when I got out, I, still had a little issues. And Hornswoggle was like, what you really need? You need a campfire. And here we are months later, and I actually found the logic behind the campfire. And what it is that while you're looking into the fire, everything is random. Everything is random. You're staring at just random occurrences happening, and it syncs with your brain. And it allows for all of this random happenstance occurrence, allows your brain, your mind, to open up and absorb the wisdom that the people sitting around the campfire who are doing the same thing, staring into the flames with open minds, provide you. So I'm not saying go out and build fires, people, but maybe you should go out and build fires.
Campfire. The best therapy is a campfire with friends and family.
That's what the Forge affords. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have all the randomness of the fire that's going on, and when there's something in the flame, when we're working with the metal, you have that grounding effect. I know what's happening with that steel, but everything that's happening around it is absolutely random.
That's how it happens. No.
We teach each other things. We're a tight group of friends, and we teach each other things, and we learn from each other. Rob the blacksmith. Why do you think that's his name? He was just talking about a forge, just talking about beating the hell out of a piece of metal.
Whoa.
We learn from each other. We teach each other.
My elderly cat is playing.
It takes a village. And we're all children. It takes a village to raise a child, and we're all children.
Pretty much. I think the biggest crime is you don't realize you're watching your parents grow up too when you're a kid. They're your parents. And you tend not to realize that they're also young and they're also growing and making mistakes and learning things too.
Exactly. Nobody's ever been the age they are today. So.
Oh, it was so long ago. No, I was born yesterday at 54. I came out that way. That's how it. You've seen Mork and Mindy? Oh, never mind. You don't even know what that is. Okay. Jonathan Winters and it. You know, just don't just forget about it.
Look that up online, kids.
Yeah.
I've got a cast iron antique. What does it get? What does it do? It does newspaper logs.
Yeah, it rolls newspaper up into tight little logs.
And it was like, okay,
kind of cool.
This is an antique. This is going on, but really, it's, dude, who buys newspapers? And oh my God, Venus is like super energy playing, going crazy.
Yeah,
she's being nuts. She wanted to play this whole time. That's what all the noise was. But, who buys newspapers anymore? I mean, I see them on Sunday. I mean, the art of clipping coupons, they're now all digital. They're now all, scan this IR code and get this. Or UIR, what is it? It is an IR code. Or UR code, or... Crazy cat. She's going crazy. But yeah, we're still trying to get the deal. It's just the deals are digital now. I noticed that going in the store. It's like, I can't take advantage of any of this. I got a crappy old phone and no internet on it. And now Samsung has taken over texting, so I can't text anymore. So that's making job hunting fun. Text us. I can't.
Be good, Ruckus. Be good.
Yeah, be good, Ruckus. Good luck with that.
Yeah, he's eyeing Venus.
She's having it. I sat down. She'll be crying in a minute. Oh, spelling counts. Whoops. But yeah. Because I don't want to be left behind. I'm trying to catch up, but sometimes it ain't so easy. What's the Grandpa Simpson? I was with it once, and then all of a sudden one day everything that was with it was weird and scary to me. And it happened to me, and it'll happen to you, too. No, it won't. Yes, it will. Doesn't happen all at once. It gradually happens over time, and you don't even realize it. One day you turn on the TV, and you're like, who the fuck are these people? Who's that? This actor, that kid? What is he, 17? Oh, he's 25?
Yeah. I was in once. Now I'm out. I can't get back in.
Yeah. Beth posted a meme, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking old. When you get older, you really look forward to clean sheets night. Yeah.
Yep. There's nothing more satisfying than the day you dust everything in the house. Because then you get to watch it for a month as it gets dirty again.
Then you have to do it all over again. Well, it's that uncomfortable feeling of familiarity. It's like you want to be lazy, but lazy in the long run does more harm than good. You have to end up working harder and taking more time than I'm still back on my 5-3-5. Do 5 chores in the morning, 3 when you get home, and 5 before you go to bed. That way you don't have to clean your whole fucking house on the weekend, because you need your weekend anyway, because people are like, can you help me move this? I need this. Can you help me dig that? We're building this. We got cement to do. So I rarely get to have my own weekend. My weekend always belongs to either projects or other people. So I am assuming my father's lying. It is what it is. So that's why it's just easier to do chores all during the week. And I don't want to do them either. But they're not a punishment. They're a necessity. After avoiding them my whole life, now I look forward to doing chores. It's the weirdest thing. Oh my God. I need my fucking head examined. I don't know what's wrong. So, are we, like, when you start off in certain, well, I shouldn't say too much because it was all out of my hands beginning sci-fi games. You start out where you start out. But I mean, is there like a neutral commerce planet in Warhammer 40k where they just trade instead of everybody killing each other? And there's got to be trade of some kind. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm flexible.
Ah.
There's
okay.
all sorts. There's all sorts of situations. You're looking at basically the collapse of humanity, and it's taking thousands of years to do it because it's a system that it's grown top heavy, and it's not going to last. One or another, or more than one or another alien race is eventually going to win. And even though mankind is spread out over the galaxy, it's not the universe. I mean, mankind has been traveling the stars for 40,000 millennia. That's a long time. So
longer than we can.
Yeah. So the level of technology is, I can play games with that. I can play games with pretty much anything. Plots, campaigns.
Well, I tried
I
tried to give you my... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. One of my favorite modules was City Fight, and it was basically small squad tactics.
Oh, nice.
A fire team or something like that. And that a fire team fits right into a small group of guys doing RPG. So a lot of those scenarios are, going to be squad-based tactics.
Wow.
Kind of have no choice in the matter, really.
It's a war game. Yeah, it's gonna...
It's a war game. Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't know much. I know what you and Carson have told me, and the few documentaries I've watched, and it's a hellish world. It's a hellish reality. It's like Shadow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Like Dark
Oh,
Sun
it's
or
much worse
Shadowrun.
than Shadowrun.
It sounds like it.
The Imperial Guard eat corpse starch. Corpse starch. Take a wild guess at what that is.
Vermintide on Steam.
Yeah.
Django. Well, he asked me, have you played Warhammer Fantasy RPG? Not really.
No, me neither.
Battletech is the closest thing I've come to playing anything close to. No, have not. Not the fantasy sword and sorcery one, nor the 40K out in space. To me, it was always the same thing. That looks awesome. Ooh, and expensive. You have to buy all that shit to play the game. And then later, oh, it's an RPG? No. So, yeah.
Yep, that was the thing about it. And Hordes was another one built on a very similar system. And a lot of that was essentially steampunk. So kind of melded between the two. You had steam-powered mechs and things like that. And then you had your wizards and your all the rest. And it was a very interesting world in which to play. Very much unit tactics as opposed to individual.
There is a steampunk game out there. It's called Space 1889. And you have Edison propellers. So it goes on the theory. It's all Edgar Rice Burroughs. Like, Mars is basically his Mars, and Venus is like this humid jungle where dinosaurs live. Like, no, they would all die. But the way spaceships work, there are others, really. Well, I mean, there's probably with Savage World you could do a steampunk thing, but Space 1889 is the only one that I've run across that I got some of the PDFs. Is it really? That sounds awesome. Victorious is a steampunk superhero RPG. Gaslight Batman.
Sounds fun.
Gaslight Batman. That'd be awesome. Look, I would come up with my own. But that'd be cool if the Batman character existed. There's wood infused with like a helium kind of thing. There's like these trees that float on Mars. So they cut these trees down and they use them to make spaceships. And then they put an Edison propeller on them and they go through the ether. That's how the Space 1889 works. Oh, it is based on the CNC rules. Oh, right on. Hell yeah, I'm down for that. But yeah, that's the only. Okay, now 2 steampunk RPGs. I'm sure GURPS has one. GURPS has everything. Steampunk game will be fun to play, but you would have to put down you'd have to have adventurers and science, tinker, engineer, and philosophers, and Savage Worlds does steampunk very well. Do they? Right on. I'm sure we can get the thing. I'm looking forward to Thursday's game. We're gonna take that ship. Excellent. Oh! Yeah. Well, we could discuss it next week. But I gave Clay my top 10. I don't remember the list now. I'm glad you wrote it down. Top 10 pointers on being a good DM.
Yeah, I welcome all the input. Really.
Being a DM is one of those things. You can never have enough. I do this. Oh, that's interesting. I never thought about doing that. I'm going to try that next time. Or, I did this. How did it work? Killed the whole party. Okay, not doing that. Write that down. That was an oops. Yeah, I hope you gave him a mulligan. He's like, yeah, I just backed him up, and here's where we're going to start from. Oh, okay. That room doesn't exist anymore. Oh, okay. Total party wipe. That's what they call it nowadays. I don't know. I still you've given us the main. But I got to sit down and read Savage Worlds to figure out just how the dice system works.
Well, I'm to that point in my reading and my research. I'm ready to start making character sheets and arming them and figuring out how the dice work myself just by doing it. Oh, crap. Yeah.
There you go.
So that's my next step.
Yeah.
Character sheets and dicing it out so that it's
the hardest part
just muscle memory.
The rules are for the players. The hardest part about being a DM is to just keep everything moving smoothly, because your players get fixated on things. You can accidentally steer them into being fixated about something by the way you word things. And coming up with a good story that keeps everybody entertained and looking forward to going on the next. Yeah, I can't wait till Sunday. You know. Because it's a player's handbook, but a DM's guidebook. And that should be the first lesson. That's how I destroyed my last Shadowrun campaign. I was too focused on the rules. Because the campaign before that, Paul and Ron and Christine were doing that, and I was using 2nd edition, but Ron and Paul are computer guys. So anytime I'm like, this, oh no, we have that technology now. Oh. Well, keeping in mind that Shadowrun, that they're 2053, it's there's been several wars, so a lot of culture and technology has changed. I mean, yeah, it got better. They have cyber technology and things like that, but dude, the game was written in early 90s. They didn't have an answer for everything. The dystopian cyberpunk with magic and trolls and shit. Just have fun. Just go out and kill everything. It's great. No alignment. But I focused too much on the rules and the addition problem, and I couldn't keep the story going. And then I became frustrated with the own game, and I killed the game because you get too focused on your own paranoia, you're going to make things terrible for yourself. So you just kind of got to go with it. The hardest thing about DMing is your players are going to 70% not do what you want them to do. They're going to go do something else. Now, this is never intentional unless you're really fucking with them or you yell at them all the time. Most of the time, they just get an idea, they all agree it's a good idea, and now you're like, my store! You know what? Just go shopping, it's fine. Because you can't... It's a choose-your-own-adventure book. So you can only within percentages of degrees determine and predict what they're going to do. But it's all free will, human nature. So they're going to do shit you haven't even fucking planned yet. And now you have to make that up on the fly. Oh. Yeah, that's available. And they don't care. As long as you keep answering questions and you're not repeating yourself or totally making it up, they're going to go along with it. You're the DM. What are they going to do? Argue with you? You're the little guy in the red robe. Ooh, that's right, Ranger. well, the denizens of this village, you know, they don't fucking know. It's all fun and
Well,
games.
you know, I'm all about house rules. If something's not working out, then it's not working out.
Why are you acting weird now? What's going on? You're done with play? You want treats now? Yep. Oh, that's what it is. Hold on, I got my elderly cat with kidney failure. I have to do whatever she wants. More treats. Because space games are tough because, well, I mean, it's no different than what Jingo's going through with having us out in the open sea. There's so many different variables. Things can break, get destroyed, there's monsters, there's other seafaring, you know, we got the Spaniards, the French, the Dutch, the English, the pirates. Same thing with space. You just go and be alone. There's all kinds of people going everywhere. And all the games. Traveler and Star Wars, Star Trek. Like I said, I have the Farscape game on PDF. That would be a fun game to play, but it's eventually, you know what the ending is. It's going to end in the Peacekeeper Wars against the Sebaceans and the Scarans. Because they've been fighting since the beginning. Because the Scaran are basically lizard Romulans. They're just elitist assholes that think that all the rest of the races own them. Could you play Babylon 5 in a RPG setting? Because I have like 2 Men in Black books. I've got Farscape, Space 1889. I've got the Warriors of Barshum, the first one that they put out. We're talking about Beth, and now she's messaging me on Facebook. She knew we were talking about her. My sister just knows things. Because there's some games that you can play really well, or some storylines, and others not so much. Like Road Warrior, Car Wars. You could even do Waterworld, but I mean, eventually, you're just running away from junkers all the time. There's only a couple land masses. They're way out in the middle of nowhere. So we're kind of doing that already with 50 Fathoms. It's already kind of Waterworld.
Yeah.
Oh, good news. Rev just messaged me, Cliff, for Bats in the Belfry, and the fundraiser worked. Thanks for pointing it out. The vet's coming for Magic Needle Time this Friday morning.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's too
It's a
hot.
bad thing,
that poor
but
dog.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
So, it's one less. You know, we're all struggling. So I'm glad that he raised enough money on his GoFundMe to have a vet come out to the house and do that. Congratulations. It's sad. I mean, our pets are our children. I got Venus is dying. You know, there's no getting around it. They told me last year she's in kidney failure. So I spoil her rotten and do whatever she says. Because she's been my babe. I've been a cat parent to her for 14 years. She still peeps and trills at me when she's not doing that whining noise. It's rough. I kept
We
trying.
had 9 ferrets.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and we were there for every one of them being put down, except for one, and that was tragic. And he was one of the favorites. He was one of my favorites. He was a good boy, very sweet and loving.
It's, I think pets are an extension of us. They mimic our personalities. It's, you miss them. That's just like the people that are no longer with us. You miss them every day. So I posted, I've been so stressed out with all the problems that we need a GoFundMe to help us out, because, but I totally didn't post about my father's birthday until after the fact. He died 4 years ago. It happens.
Yeah.
I understand now. I'll pay all the money just to have 5 minutes. I get it. I understand now. Before I was like, I get it now. Once you lose the most important person to you, it's, no matter how much you prepare yourself for the inevitable arrival of that time, it's still devastating. It's still absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
I went to an interview, and this is why AI is bad. I went to an interview for a fast food place that we're not going to... Which, okay, no problem, fast food. It's actually quite satisfying once you're older. When you're a kid, it's... So I took $4 that I didn't have. Thank God gas has gone down in price. And I drove from 40th Street in Thunderbird to 43rd Avenue in Olive, Dunlap. It's a while. To go to an interview that didn't exist for a job that had already been filled a couple years ago. The kid, he's an adult. He's not a kid, obviously. Because it was 9 a.m. and he's at work, so he's obviously not a child. He's obviously an adult. And he was the shift leader, and he was kind enough to give me a coffee for free. Because that was the last $4 I had. Son of a bitch. And he and I started talking about it because he felt terrible. Because he called his general manager, because there was a general manager interview. I can run a fast food joint, no problem. Clean everything, count everything, make everything, set a schedule, get some quality people. You're set. So the shift leader explained to me that the missing piece to the puzzle is the AI, because they didn't have a general manager for like a year or two. And then they just hired this one guy like real recently, within like a few months. So AI keeps putting out the interview. The problem with this is this thing runs unchecked. It completely interviewed me, did the whole process, and then set up a time. I went there, and they didn't even know why I was there. And then when they called their district manager, he had to talk to corporate. So after, I should probably wait around 20 minutes just in case this is a fluke and somebody shows up. I went home after that. However, the shift manager was very, very sympathetic. Sure you don't want to talk about it? What's to talk about? I need a job. Are you going to hire me? Oh, I can't. Well, then, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, because coffee is the lifeblood of the workers, and it's the equivalent in my world of being Water Brothers and Stranger in a Strange Land. If you give me coffee, the quest has begun. What shall I do to repay this honor? Glory in a cup. So
Magic potion.
magic potion, the elixir of life, the water of life, Father. So, in the end, this is Skynet. This is HAL 9000, and I don't get an apology for this. I mean, this is my own lesson learned. But that's not fair because all of the fast food places, you have to deal with AI to get a job. I can't remember the name for Panda Express, but Wendy's has Olivia. This wasn't Wendy's or Panda Express that I went to, but that she had a name, a little picture. It was the exact same AI. The problem is, who do I bitch to? And what the hell do they care? Really, in the end of things. I mean, they'll apologize. They'll say sorry. I'll get an email sprinkled with ass kissery and apologies. But in the end, that doesn't, $55K a year to run a fast food joint. All right, okay. But to send me all the way across town and then not even give me that was great, they're not going to hire me kind of feeling is even emptier. Makes me, I fear the homeless guy because I fear that future. And yeah,
It's not easy.
for punishment, my mother never threatened with heaven or hell or God or Jesus or the devil. It was, you're going to wind up under the 7th Street Bridge with the rest of the bums. So that's the fate worse than death. It's being homeless is, scarier than being crucified or attacked. And that's when you've heard that since you were 3. It sticks. Oh well. Just like everything, we'll overcome, we'll adapt. It'll be a whole new show. It'll be real exciting. Yeah. Other than that, on a lighter note, we're right around the corner. The next big holiday is almost upon us. September 19th, International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr. Arr. Can't wait. I don't know if Krispy Kreme still does a special, but if you ordered a donut like a pirate, they gave you a free glazed donut, and if you went in there dressed like a pirate and ordered like a pirate, they supposedly give you a dozen. I'm now down, thanks to the poverty diet, I'm now down to 205 pounds. I haven't weighed this less since November of 2015. That was a different stress diet. That was my career ending and my marriage ending diet. But remember, if there is a God, he hates us. Bottom line. So, be well and enjoy that message. Brought to you by the think tank here at the council. Patent pending. So yeah, that's why I'm not writing anymore. And you're going to be DMing 40K, so that should be exciting. Just sent Clay the sci-fi
I hope so.
companion PDF for SW. Savage World.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Jingo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will check that out as soon as I can.
I posted a new Traveler video. There's another channel on. There's so many channels on the YouTube. Rolled All Ones is the name. I'm still laughing about it. They rolled all ones. And he does he can edit. Look at that guy. So he starts off at the very beginning and talks about how the Earthlings meet. The first aliens we meet in Traveler are other humans. And they're like, we're like, wow, you're isolated. And they're like, no, we're part of this giant galactic imperium. And never mind, we're going to send dignitaries. So it's a whole story. Because I don't know anything about the background of Traveler. I have to educate myself. Like most things. Good times.
Yeah.
Role-playing games are fun. If they're not fun, you're not doing it right. Jingo said the same thing, and he's right. Other than that, it doesn't matter what game you're playing or how you're playing it. Just enjoy it. It's almost a campfire, really.
Yeah, I'm totally cool for us getting together just randomly for just one-off board games. I've got Catan. I've got. We were talking about Risk 2210 earlier. You know, we've got so many games. I told you about the Dragon. What's Wormspan? I told you about that just the other day.
Yeah.
You know, there's all kinds of stuff.
I got all the ones in the closet in the hallway. And Ed's 3 games: Shogun, Command and Conquer, and Axis and Allies. We got to play those too.
I'd love to play those.
That's a whole day. And now my cat can't even be on the table because the entire kitchen table is just coated with guns in varying stages of completion. It's a process. A whole process. I need more of those little metal brushes that... Oh, go ahead.
Now that we are 3 again, I have to take care of some business. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Oh, like you can't leave me to talk by myself for an hour, 2, 3.
Yeah, my apologies. I had a system that was telling me.
Yeah, we...
This symbol.
Uh-oh, now your internet's acting wacky. Oh, you're still sounding digitized, like you're underwater. Oh. Same.
Oh.
You just said, has it... And then it went weird.
Of course.
Oh. Catching up.
One of them is... All right, so I switched to my phone because the laptop was acting up. Is that any better?
Yes. Well, there you go. You sound closer.
Oh. So yeah, I had a little system that was failing here, and it kept chirping at me, and
Yeah, we heard the alarms.
Disassemble.
Hopefully you got it locked down.
Oh yeah, the offending device no longer operates.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to figure things out.
Oh,
So,
goodness.
yeah. Clay's been doing all kinds of homework for GMing. He'll do fine.
And that's good. That's something that he's very much in tune with, and he wants to be a part of, which is good. I think he will do a yeoman's job.
Yeah, he'll do good. I mean, gaming is a lifetime obsession. It's not... I want to get into Dungeons & Dragons. Okay, you know that takes a long time, right? That's usually the first thing you have to say to people. If you're expecting...
No, I can learn it in a weekend.
Oh, yeah, you can do that, but playing it takes years. Years? Yeah, dude, it's like karate. It's not... You don't get your black belt the first session. You don't get level 10 first session. You start out at level 1, just as in akin to you start out as white belt, butt sniffing level. There's not much more you can do. Everyone can kick your ass.
That's right. For $10,000, you can have your black belt. Won't mean anything, but you can have one.
Yeah, you're still going to get beat to death, but you'll have one and you get the bragging rights.
You can walk around and show everybody.
But they're very similar in that sense, where... Oh, excuse me. Been up since 1. Wow, the weather was so nice, you know.
There's nuance involved. The mechanics, the book, well, like with almost anything, a book can teach you, can give you a lot of information.
Oh, yeah.
So a book can help you, but there's certain nuance. If you want to make any of those things, you now need to have somebody either give you some of the details, some of the nuance, or, to your point, you're going to have to spend some time failing to make them before you realize, oh, I shouldn't do that, I should do this.
Yeah. Well, it's role-playing games, karate, blacksmithing, even video games. This is not you have to learn to get better at them. Oh, sure, there's going to be some games that you just pick up and duck to water. The best example of that is the Paul going crazy because I could beat him at Mortal Kombat 2. It's like, dude, you beat me at everything. Give me one game. I mean, you literally beat me. I've sat and watched you play video games and played video games against you for hours. And even having one game where I beat you, this is just like destructive to your ego or something. And after a while, I'm like, nah, I'm never playing this game again, man. This makes you nuts. I can't. We're not doing this. It's like having that one subject that you have that one friend that the minute that topic is announced, they just start ranting. Well, like politics would be a good example, where it's like, it's the same thing. Whereas soon as that came up, it just, boom, started this chain reaction.
Yep.
Oh. I don't know. Fantasy Grounds is good, but it's the same as what you just said about the book. If you don't have experienced DMs around you to hold your hand through you should be rolling for wandering monsters. You should look up the treasure before we kill the thing. So then we don't have to spend 20 minutes of you going, Jay, okay, well, there's gold, and some, and then the new players, what the hell is Electrum anyway?
Yeah.
Never mind. Just call it silver.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Again, that comes with experience and, to a certain extent, the ability to tell the story. So some DMs don't necessarily have all of it, or they may take a module or a story or a design that was presented or that they obtained somewhere and say, okay, this is the basis.
Yeah.
But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little fun with it. I'm going to add this. I'm not necessarily going to worry about that. I'm going to put this in there. I'm going to add this. I have in the back of my mind, if any of the players ask about this item or that item or this thing, and they just say, hey, what is this gem? Is this gem? Can I test the gem for magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. And then, the GM says, oh, well, yeah, okay, well, you successfully tested it for magic, and it's actually this. So now you have that, put that in your list.
Yeah. One of the things that Clay and I were talking about is that, and this is universal, and I don't remember which rule it was. Which one is that? Oh, it's Ruckus. Actually laying down for 5 minutes and not attacking everybody. He's a brawler and a little tiny buddy. It's all the little guys. They're all round. Like Wiggles.
Chaos Unbound.
He's 22 pounds. He's a gentle giant. He doesn't bother anybody. He just wants to be loved. He's the best.
He's the old bull.
Yeah. I don't remember which of the pointers I gave you, which this one was, but when you're a player, and it really doesn't matter what game or genre or anything, it doesn't matter. You're in a hurry, in a sense, because you know that the clock is ticking, that you have to find all the clues, You have to fight all the monsters. You have to find the stuff that's not gonna be noticed, because that's where all the real treasures are. When you get to be a DM, you're controlling everything in the world but the players. All of the NPCs. The king, the peasants, the merchants, but you're also controlling all the monsters, all of the other heroes that are not that are not player characters. They're NPCs, non-player characters. You're also playing all the demons and the devils and all of the gods and the goddesses. They're all at your command. If you want Orcus to show up at a podunk tavern, so be it. I mean, everyone's going to lose their mind, and that's going to be a bad scene, but if you wanted to do that, you could. So as the DM, you're the poker player that knows what most of the people sitting at the table have in their hand, except for those 4 players, those 8 players, those 6, those 10 players. I don't know what their cards are, but that's okay. I've got all these other players that I can use. So you take your time as a DM, and all too often, you'll be describing something or trying to give the party hints or tips, and you'll actually say something the way you don't mean to say it. And the party will get wide-eyed, and they'll start researching nothing for hours. Going on and on and on and on, because they think it's a clue. They think this is, well, the DM slipped up. He told us this. This must be high insight. No, I just used this word instead of that word, and you connected this word to this whole train of thought. Now it became the subplot that doesn't even exist. I now have to make up shit, because now you're stuck on this, which, guys, but what? And I can't count the times that's happened, because it happens every session. If I had a nickel every time I've had Alzheimer's, I'd wonder, why do I have all these fucking nickels? Because the party thinks everything is a clue. Because you never know when the DM's tricking you or telling you the truth. Because the DM's impartial. He's not there to... You want to help them and hold their hand in the beginning because they don't know what the hell's going on. Some of them have never played before. Most of them don't know the world if you're using a new game or you created homebrew. If you made your own module up. But even if you screw up as a DM, the players don't care. Half the time they don't even realize it until after the fact. Oh, really? I mean,
exactly.
Go ahead.
Until you tell them, oh, I made a mistake there, they don't know. They think it's part of the progression of the tale.
And, okay, the party took too much time doing this, so you push the bad guys back. They're not going to meet him right here. They're going to meet him over here now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or they took to that slip-up of mine. So now, like you had pointed out, now I'm going to put something there to at least make this worth their effort. They're going to go in there, and I may not put a monster. I may put another redirect to tell them, now you really need to go this other direction so I can get them back online. And,
you know, you're in your head, and you're like, oh, my God, I can't believe you're going with that. But you don't have to react like, Paul, you guys are morons. Like, dude, we don't know. I mean, everything is a dangerous trap when you're a player. Because you've heard so many horror stories. They literally had a book called Grimtooth's Traps. I have a couple. There's like 2 books. And they're literally like the most horrible traps you could put in a dungeon or a castle. So yeah, every experienced player's like, is that a mimic? Does that have gas or acid or some kind of exploding spray on it that... Dude, we were talking all about my stories. I've used it. I kill off one of the main characters at the end of the first book with an explosion trap. because he's in a hurry and he doesn't want to wait, so he sets it off by accident and kills him and a bunch of other innocent people. Because it's a D&D world, they could just go resurrect it. Dead characters aren't a problem, and it's like dead superheroes, dead Dungeons and Dragons. As long as you got enough money or whatever gems that God or church wants, no problem, we'll get them back. Venus. But that's what, you don't have to worry about. You don't have to trick your players. They're going to do it to themselves.
Yeah.
Just the other week, we spent 3 hours talking about letters of marks and planning what to do. It was a total distraction. Jingo even scolded us for it. It's like you wasted too much time on that whole discussion. And we did. Because everybody had a different idea and we really couldn't agree to go to the next level. I mean, we did eventually, obviously, because it continued, but it was kind of a waste of a session, in a sense. Hold on. But yeah.
So, multiple paths leading to the same conclusion through different steps. You go that way, there's another step before you get to where I want you to go, right?
It's the same argument in the CNC game that I said that the moment we walked up and everything's foggy and the place is overrun by bad guys. Yet here's a bunch of kids dancing around a maypole. Oh, that ain't real. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Or the news. Everyone's doing that now. And what happened? Yes, it was a trick. What did we fight? Red caps and something else. What else did we fight? It was all Gnolls or trolls, something. They're dead. It doesn't matter. It was all part of his. It was so much fun. But that was the. That was the one where we were like, Mary, you could have played Aunt B. Well, I would have played Dungeons and Dragons if I knew I could have played the Aunt B. I said, oh, yeah. Jingo gave her, like, artificer powers. She had all these, like, kitchen weapons and stuff. Would have been awesome. Because she's like, I like Mahjong. And we'll play Mahjong. I'll play Mahjong. I don't know how, but... Kathy explained it to me once. Paul explained it to me once. It's a game. I'll catch on. She was just a wizard. Excuse me. She was just a wizard. Thank you. Sorry, I was wrong. How are you guys doing? I've been tired for a while, but I can keep going.
It's getting to be pumpkin 30.
Thank you once again for tuning in to watch the Supreme Council of the Master Geeks Lodge. Body and Soul Candles. Real Women of Gaming. Catch our Thursday night 50 Fathoms game. Savage Worlds. Hopefully, Rob, you'll join us. Ed was going to join us, but we're having trouble with his fantasy grounds. I don't know why that... We'll figure it out. Maybe... Who knows? It's probably like, it's this password. That's what usually it's like, oh, crap, I forgot I even picked that obscure password, but it didn't like the other one, and I didn't, who knows?
Yep.
But, what else? Eric Marsh
Foundation, we are in the midst of wildfire season. Just about a week and a half ago, we lost 3 more wildland firefighters up in Colorado. One of them was a Glendale firefighter who was on temporary duty assignment to assist. So, Eric Marsh Foundation, for those of you who are not aware, they assist the families of injured and fallen wildland firefighters with whatever they can. So, if you can, please help them out. And even just going up on Facebook or going to their website and giving them kudos and thanking them for what they do. They appreciate all the support that they can get. If you have $1, that would be wonderful. you can buy a shirt or a hat, that would be great.
$1. I remember having $1. That was a day, let me tell you. The bottom dollar. I remember those too. Great. But yes, thank you for tuning in to episode 77. Stay geeky, like and subscribe. We definitely need the subs. Thank you for watching. Check out our steampunk stuff on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. We're hoping to be there next month. I think we can raise enough money for it next month. And if you're hiring, we need jobs. That's also...
Yes.
Yeah. Hire us. We're on Indeed. Other than that, yeah. Great show. Thank you very much. And we learned a lot about gaming and all manner of Warhammer 40K. And who knows, maybe we can get Carson to join us for the tabletop thing. I don't know if he's ever played D&D. I think a long time ago. But, yeah. Neither one of us work at the Hilton anymore. And he was taking classes on gunsmithing the last time we were working together. He was taking, like, night classes before school. Or, I mean, he was taking school before work. That came out wrong. I'm tired. Sorry. And all the coffee's gone. So, it must be bedtime. Right, Ruckus? Little Ruckus. Check him out. Hashtag Little Ruckus. We should make a hashtag for us and just see how many people watch it. Watch old guys do geek stuff. In fact, you know,
Graybeard Squad.
Yeah. Well, you see, I don't know if you saw it, Rob, but I'm learning more about OBS because I don't really know. You know, I'm learning. But I figured out how to do watching videos. There in the top left-hand corner is the business card that you made. The very first one.
Very cool.
And it's like, right now it's like right up in the corner if you were watching it on Twitch. And I leave it up for my video gaming, so now I'm advertising for us. So, but yes.
Well, I have some brothers at Lodge that were very interested, enough that they asked me to find it on their phones so they could track on YouTube the Supreme Council of Master Geeks Lodge.
I did that to the guy that works in the deli at Fry's. His name is William, and we were talking about Monty Python and Peter Sellers and Marty Feldman, and I mentioned, all those guys listened to a group called The Goon Show, which he had not ever heard of before, and so I put that, I wrote it down, and then I grabbed a piece of paper and wrote out the Supreme Council, because I told him it's podcast night, because I was buying fried chicken from him, and I talk to him at least once a week. Bunch of old guys talking about geek stuff, So, hopefully William watches us, and thanks for tuning in. Give us a like and a subscribe. We're up to 56 members on the council YouTube page. We got 100. I don't understand the difference, how you can have like several hundred people on Facebook and then only like less than half on YouTube. It's like, what? You don't love us over there? Okay. We have 208 subscribers, friends on Facebook. Thank you very much. But only 56 subscribers on YouTube. YouTube just doesn't love us. No love for the Flat Cat Boys, no.
Good night, gentlemen.
Have a
great evening.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.
Thank you. Gentlemen, as always, it's always a pleasure.